Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lauren and I am a women's wear designer with a brand called Lawren Michelle. I occasionally make videos where I share a little bit of my process and just some things that I've learned along the way, or even some questions that I just kind of get asked constantly. So I thought, hey, why not share what I know? You guys can chime in, agree, disagree, let me know what you think. I'm interested in your opinion and any of your tips and tricks. You're welcome to share those with me. I'm always learning new things. So in today's video, I want to give you guys a little bit of an update. I am still working through production. We are kind of towards the tail end, and that means we're at the part where I am beginning to plan out a photo shoot. Don't worry, I did film a lot of that and I will share it with you guys. And I know I've been a little sporadic with the video posting, but I am swamped. I'm literally swamped, and I've been recording, but I actually just haven't had the time to edit all of that footage yet. So I promise I will. So today I wanted to just share a quick video with you guys about some of the things that I bring with me on a photo shoot. Since I am at the point in production where I am starting to look at locations and think about models and photographers, I always carry a bag with me whenever I go on to these sets. And I just wanted to share with you guys what is actually in the bag and what are some things that I just can't live without when I'm on set. I have a big old bag that I always carry with me. I mean, the bag doesn't matter. We don't care about that. We want to know what's inside the bag. So the very first thing that I cannot do without is handy dandy steamer. So there's water in here because I've been using it. I use this bad boy all the time. In the studio, I have actually like a commercial one, but this one is fantastic because it is portable. I live in a place where the water is actually kind of hard, so I wouldn't recommend you guys using tap water in this. I just got bottled water, distilled water, or something that's been filtered. But this thing, I maybe paid like 30 bucks for it at Walmart, but you can get it online. Comes with a little tie to keep your cords all managed and together. And a lot of times you will go through a lot of trouble to make sure that everything is perfect and everything is in garment bags and everything looks amazing. And then when you transfer it to the set and you put it on your rack, you're like, wow, everything looks like crap because it's all wrinkled. And everything shows up in photos. So this is always kind of like my number one, and I've never not needed one of these during a shoot. Next up in the bag, kind of the cousin of the steamer, is a lint roller. This one's a little grimy. I just peel off a new one when I need it. You guys know how lint rollers work. But again, it's the same idea that every imperfection and every issue, lint, stray threads, any of that stuff is going to show up in your picture. You want to make sure that it is steamed, looks perfect, every hair is in place, and we don't have any stray lint or anything gross on the dress. So next up is a neutral pair of heels. You know, I got these on Amazon. They're not super expensive, just something that is kind of a more classic style, nothing too specific because you don't want to have the photos feel dated or too trendy if that's not what you're going for. But I like to keep these too because if you're kind of keeping your shoot like a little lower budget, maybe you don't have the budget to buy a bunch of shoes for the girls on the shoot. And sometimes it's really helpful to, I know some people will have models bring their own shoes or something like that. And if that doesn't kind of go with what you're working with, sometimes it's great to just always keep a neutral, easy to wear pair of shoes. Okay, I know the question is what size are these, right? These are a size 9. And I am 5'8", and I wear a size like 9.5 shoe. And I know other girls who are kind of in that height range, and a lot of the models that I've hired, I mean, everyone's shoe size is different. Back in my modeling days, I used to have to stuff my foot in a lot of weird size shoes. So I kind of just went with like a 9. I obviously didn't take like a national shoe size average. But I have found that just picking a one size shoe and then it'll either be like maybe half size too big or half size too small. It's not super noticeable in the picture. People are not looking at the shoes. You don't really want these to be a distraction from your actual garments that you're trying to get good pictures of. These should just kind of flow and our eyes will just look at the actual garment. Okay guys, I could tell you stories about this one. Next up, I have the nail polish remover pads. So you might think, why on earth would I need these? Well, first off, no shade. I've had some awesome models. I've never not loved any of my models, right? I've got some stories, but I've never not like gotten along with them. Sometimes I've had girls show up to shoots and maybe they had like neon colored nail polish on or something that didn't go with the clothes, or maybe their nail polish was chipped, didn't look very good. I usually just keep these around so that we can have clean, neutral nails. If you want to take it a step further, you can bring a nail file. Sometimes that may come in handy, just like a pack of emery boards or something. Those are usually pretty inexpensive, or a bottle of clear nail polish. Sometimes I will bring those, but for sure I will always have these in my bag because you never know. I mean, that doesn't look good. You have beautiful gowns and then you'll see chipped, busted nail polish in the picture. You know, every little thing shows up and every little thing counts, and this is kind of like an attention to detail. I always have just a pair of nude underpants. I buy a bunch of these and then I'll just let the girl keep them. Obviously I'm not reusing underpants, but you can go to Walmart or something like that and they have just like the single pairs. They always have a really cheap pair of like boy shorts or like a nude thong or something like that. You really just want something that is not gonna show through the clothes. Again, I've had girls show up to shoots that have had maybe like rainbow colored underwear on. You know, I'm not mad at rainbow, but I don't want to see it through the dress. Like that is not, it's not, you're spending a lot of time and money on this photo shoot. You want to make sure that everything is perfect and you should always be prepared. I mean, sometimes I've had girls show up that didn't wear any underwear and I said, hey, that's gross. And we put underwear on them. So you never know. It's totally worth the like $1 or $2 that you would spend, you know, Walmart, Target, CVS. In that same school of thought, I also always have like a nude camisole. Again, they're just $2 or $3. I usually get these and I'll wash them and I just have maybe 1 or 2 on hand, depending on how many models I have. And I will, just in case like something is sheer or sometimes the model maybe has on a shirt that she would, like she showed up to the shoot in a shirt that she would have to pull over her head and she might mess up the makeup or something like that. This is easier to have her put on and pull down if you just want to have her wear a different top, even while she's just getting her makeup done. Helpful. So, additionally, I always like to make sure that I have a box of these on hand. There's different versions of these. There's the petals. There's the silicone sticky bras. I'm sure someone has tried to sell you something more expensive than this on Instagram, but these are just a couple of dollars. Again, I'm pretty sure I got these at Walmart. Oh, the stickers on here, these were $4.94 and I did actually get these at Walmart. There's other brands that for some reason will give you like 3 of these stickies. You can probably see them. I don't know why you would need 3. They assume you mess one up or someone out there needs a 3rd one. I have no idea. In any event, these are really great because sometimes you may have something low cut. Sometimes you may have something that is backless, but these are strapless, they are backless, and they are very helpful. So I always bring a scrap piece of muslin. So I specifically use this to maybe put over the model's face before we change outfits. And that way her makeup is not getting messed up and you're not damaging the clothes and getting makeup stains on them. And you don't want to have to take time out of the shoot to redo makeup because you're paying everybody on set and your time is money. You want to get as many pictures as you can out of that shoot, and you don't want to lose potential shots just because you didn't think to bring like a scrap of cloth. Alternatively, They do sell, it looks like a shower cap, but they're made of like a very thin woven fabric that you can put over someone's face and then change their clothes. Tissues. So this is, maybe you may think this is kind of a stupid one, but sometimes if you don't have a makeup artist who's going to stay for the duration of the shoot to do touch-ups, maybe she just came and she is just going to do one look and peace out, cool. But maybe the model might have some bleed from the lipstick or something. You're going to just want to have a couple of these to clean things up. Maybe you might want to dab so there's no shine. These are a great like multi-purpose thing. They don't take up a lot of space, and back in the bag they go. Neutral colored threads, or whatever color of the garments that I have, I'll try to bring some matching threads. You never know what could happen. Something could tear, and you don't want to not have any pictures of that garment because, you know, a seam ripped or something, an accident happened. You want to be able to stitch things up. And what good is thread if you don't have needles? Hand needles are always helpful. You can even get, I have a little pack like these. I think these were also like $1 at Walmart. These I might have gotten at Joann's, but I'll post a link down below. You guys know where you can get hand needles. I'm sure a lot of you have them now. Also, you need some clippers. You can bring these. These have a little case, but I got rid of the case just so you guys could see what I had in my hand. This I linked to some of my favorite tools. Sometimes I get like a little arthritis, I guess, in my hands just from working with them so much. And I like these because they stay open, but make sure to cover them up just so they're not like punching a hole in everything else in your bag. You can also use my other regular little snips. These are great. Safety pins are always way helpful to have. One of the final things I want to talk about that I never go to a photo shoot without is a model release. So these are very important because you don't want to spend all day taking pictures and then not be able to use the photos for what you had intended. Usually the release just gives you permission to use the pictures in the way that you've outlined here. So say you want to use them for print, for posters, you want to use them for website, you want to use them for social media promotion, you want to put it on a billboard. I mean, here I've kind of outlined where the model's likeness will be used, and that's something that I have the model sign before we get started. Usually I'll hand it to her while she's doing hair and makeup because it gives her a chance to look over it and read it carefully and then sign it. Or similarly, the photographer may also have their own form that they will have you sign that has basically outlines how you're able to use the photos, or you can give them one, but it's going to be some paperwork that you guys have already agreed on the terms. And probably when you reached out to the photographer, they probably asked you what you were going to use the photos for, and that was probably something that was in your original conversation. Again, you want to make sure that you have something in writing, and I have, knock on wood, I have yet to have any issues because of the photos that I've gotten from a photo shoot. But I can tell you guys stories of friends of mine who have had photo shoots, and maybe the model got the picture back later and was like, you know, I know we agreed upon it and we shot all day, but you know, I don't really like these pictures. I don't think I look cute in them. So, you know, you can't use them, and I didn't sign a release, so you're not legally able to use them. So that's something that you really need to consider. And then sometimes if you, let's say you want to print photos, I know that I have run into a couple times different places trying to print things for, you know, like a table if I'm doing like a little pop-up or something like that, where I just want to have some prints, where they ask if you have permission. And sometimes I've been asked to show the release form. So that's something to think about. And I would recommend you just do a quick Google search, model release form, photography release form, download it, and then maybe alter it to fit your needs for the shoot. But again, all of the details that are in that paperwork are something that you will have discussed with the model. It's something you would have discussed with the photographer, or you would have maybe discussed with the model's agent, something like that. But that's really important. And also very boring. I always bring a pen, and this sounds really stupid, but but let's say you're shooting in the woods or something like that. I mean, you don't want to have to hike back to your car and try to find a pen, and then it's really hard if you didn't get anyone to sign the release forms during the shoot because you didn't have a pen, and then you have to continually email people and remind them, and people are busy. People are late getting back to their emails sometimes. You don't want to have where you can't update your website or you can't do any social or promotional materials based solely upon you didn't have a pen to get the release sign. Now you're emailing them, hey, can I get this release sign? And you're caught up. So this is just something like being prepared prevents you from being stressed. So that's my list for you guys. I hope that you liked it. Let me know if there's something that I forgot or that I left off. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about what's actually in my Mary Poppins bag of photo shoot stuff. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything else you want to see from me. But otherwise, I will keep you guys posted, and I'll see you later. Bye.